Coming in at number 10, we have the Dong Ghost. Now, when you hear the name Dong Ghost, I don't think the first thing you think about would be something horrific. I think about a nightmare where something that's shaped like a cucumber is chasing me around a haunted house. It sounds more like the inspiration for something you would see on Brazzers. But it turns out that this is actually one of the most horrifying webcomics on the internet. Dong Ghost is a Korean-made comic about a girl walking home late at night, and she comes across someone who looks rather strange, like something is wrong with their body, but she's not quite sure what happened to them. When she gets closer, she can see that they're wearing pink pajamas, and they seem like their body is all disjointed, like their limbs are turning in the wrong direction. Well, eventually she gets closer to this strange being, and they turn their head all the way around, like full exorcism style. And we see that this horrifying bedtime creature has its eyes gouged out of its head and screams, "Where is my baby?" From there, the comic only gets worse, and there's a couple of jump scare moments. It's believed that there's some sort of terrible ghost that is attached to this website, and once you get to the end of the webcomic, it will follow you and attempt to find its lost child. Well, I think it's safe to say that I won't be watching this anytime soon. I'll stick to watching cartoons alone by myself. Coming in at number 9, we have The Joy of Satan. Praise the all-powerful Satan. That's what this website is all about. Well, kinda. Satanism was kinda started as a way to follow the rules of the Dark Lord, but it doesn't involve harming anyone or horrifying sacrifices like some people would believe. It's actually more about indulgence, and a big part of it is making fun of other religions. But this website takes some of those things and then goes down a much darker route. It sort of perverts the idea of Satanism and goes out of its way to attract younger people to the site and tells them that they should perform rituals to summon demons. Yeah, that's taken the whole praise the Dark Lord thing a little too far. There's definitely speculation that there is some sort of dark energy attached to the site. Perhaps the person running it is possessed by a demon who knew that the Dark Lord was getting this tech savvy. Maybe that's why the world is full of sinners right now, because the devil's just better at online marketing. God needs to get with these new trends. And guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and stick around until the end of this list because I'm going to be shouting out some people from my Instagram. If you want me to give you a shout out, you can hit me up through the gram. Coming in at number 8, we have Lomando.com, probably one of the biggest catfishes on the internet. If someone sends you a link to Lomando.com, it will first look like it's this cutesy Hello Kitty-esque website, but then once you click on the cute little cat girl, you are taken to a website that looks like someone tried to recreate The Ring with clip art. The whole thing is a bunch of jump scares that are super creepy, and if you have fear of those Japanese water monsters, then you should definitely not go to this website. You have to go through a series of games that get creepier and creepier, and some people say that if you get to the end, you will die. I don't think that's true because I literally watched someone play through this whole thing on a YouTube video. Coming in at number 7, we have Death Date. Have you ever wondered when you will die? Probably. I think it's something that every last human on the planet thinks about. No one is so zen that that never goes through their mind. You have to think about your own demise eventually, so it should be no surprise that someone made a website that is said to be haunted and will also tell you when you're supposed to die. That sounds par for the course for the internet. For those of you who don't know, Death Date is a website that will tell you when you're going to die. Spooky! All you have to do is type in very little information and it will serve you up the priceless information of the day of your death. I mean, on one side, that would be really nice because you wouldn't have to think about it anymore. But on the downside, apparently this website can give you a premature death because the site is, of course, cursed. And there is some sort of ghost attached to it that will kill you. Oh my god! Coming in at number 6, we have News of the Future. What is going to happen in 50 years? What will the world look like if we were to blast into the future and see the landscape of the world? Well, there happens to be a website called News of the Future that is all about seeing how the world is trending and wondering what it will be like in 50 years. Not all of the news on this website is the worst, but as you can imagine, a lot of it is horrifying, and it is easy to attach the word cursed to it. They talk about food shortages, chaos, climate change, and a whole bunch of other horrible things that could tear down the world. There are rumors that there is someone who's actually using some sort of paranormal time gate to peer into the future, and that is where this site is getting all of its news from. But I would have to guess that that is 100% untrue. Coming at number 5, we have Cryptomondo. The legend behind this cursed website is pretty wild. First, let's break down what this website is. It's a blog where a whole bunch of people can come in and talk about things related to cryptids. It's mostly posting links and talking about Bigfoot and other mysterious monsters. The website isn't really heavily used, but I read a wild theory online about this site, that the site itself is actually a cryptid. Some people think that the website is a living, breathing, mythical beast that is cataloging information that people are sharing about other cryptids. If this thing is real, why would it do something like this? Well, for a multitude of reasons. Some people say that it's using this information so it can keep all the cryptids secret, and other people think that this cyber cryptid can change into several different websites, and this is just one of its forms. It's one of the wildest theories I have ever heard about a website, but I thought it would work perfectly for this list of paranormal pages. Coming in at number 4, we have Mystic Universe. Mystic Universe is the website that is the key component of one of the most popular podcasts about supernatural and anything unexplained. Mystic Universe focuses on aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, and all things in between. If you go to this website, you will find a ton of detailed breakdowns about every supernatural story you have heard of that will keep you interested for an endless amount of time. Now, this site contains paranormal content, not in the sense that there is a ghost locked away in it, but you can read tons of testimonies from people who have come in contact with the paranormal. In the Mystic Universe podcast, they do some deep dives into all of the unexplained things that people have encountered out in this wild world, and they have an open mind to constantly ask, what if this story is true? The only reason this website would be cursed is because it will suck you in for an endless amount of time. Coming in at number 3, we have Creepypasta, one of the most famous horror websites that has ever been created. You can spend an endless amount of time rummaging through horror story after horror story on this website, and you would never run out of content to look at. Some of it is good, some of it is bad, but all of it has to do with the horror genre. And there has been several rumors about this website being haunted. Some people say there are specific creepypastas like Laughing Jack or The Rake. Some people say that if you read too much of them, you will manifest them into real life and they will start to haunt you. Other people say that the whole website is monitored by some sort of dark entity that feeds off of fear. Every time someone goes onto the website and reads something and then gets scared, the creature will become stronger. It's sitting in the shadows, getting more and more powerful until the perfect moment pops up and then it can strike. Honestly, that sounds like the most innovative plan that an evil demon could ever come up with. Who inspired this guy? Gary Vee? Coming at number 2, we have Hashima Island, one of the lost cities of the world. For most of these cities, if you want to peek inside, you have to fly over there and go check it out firsthand. But for Hashima Island, Google Earth has done the whole tour of this place. You can go see what this ghost city looks like from every angle without leaving your house. That's pretty cool. Hashima Island is off the coast of Japan and used to be teeming with people. It was a massive mining city, and the whole city surrounds one of the deepest coal mines in the world. Eventually the mine dried up and the city turned to rubble as people left, and there was no more work on the island. Now it's said that ghosts haunt the island, and there's even rumors that the mine is a tunnel to hell. Venturing through this website and sightseeing the place that has a doorway to hell might not be the best way to avoid having something paranormal invade your life. I wouldn't be surprised if the devil himself worked his way into one of those Google image pictures. And coming into the number 1 spot, we have the Diana House, one of the creepier stories that is tucked away in the internet. It's the story of two buddies. It starts off as something nice, and as most things on this list, it slowly gets creepier and creepier. The two buddies are named Mark and Eric. Eric seems to be normal, but his buddy Mark loses his mind one day and goes out and murders two people and then takes his own life. Eric is not satisfied with the idea that his friend just went crazy, so he starts to dig deeper and deeper into the story until he is contacted by the Diana House. Not long after this, Eric goes missing forever. Now, if you look into the official backstory on this, the whole thing is a work of fiction. But the internet is never satisfied with this. Some people claim that the Diana House is real, and if you look too deeply into it, you will go missing as well. Some say that Eric's ghost now haunts the website and tells people everything was a work of fiction, so they will look deeper into it and finish the work that he never got to finish.
Number 10, which is humanleather.co.uk. Guys, if you were hoping there's been some funny mistake in the website name called humanleather.co.uk, then I'm sorry to tell you you're wrong. This is an actual website that openly offers their service of turning the skin of dead people into fine leather. They then craft it into whatever you ask them, including human leather belts, human leather wallets, and human leather shoes. What's that? You guys fancy the sound of a human leather wallet? Well, that's going to set you back $14,000. But why does it cost that much? Well, it turns out human skin isn't that easy to come by. Most people, when they die, prefer to just die and be buried or cremated, not to have themselves skinned and turned into a human wallet. On to number 9 now, guys, which is a really intense one. It's called planecrashinfo.com. Now if you go to the last words section on this website, it will show you the last words of pilots before their planes crashed. It's very intense, very creepy, and not for the faint-hearted. Some of them on the list even include the actual recordings that you can listen to. At the top of the page there's even a warning saying that the content of this page may be disturbing to some individuals. You guys have been warned. Now maybe some of you can stomach hearing the last words of people before they possibly die, but either way, let's move on to our number 8, which is takethislollipop.com. You are presented with a very simple choice. Do you take the lollipop or not? Well, if you do, then be prepared to go on a pretty creepy journey. It requires you to put in your Facebook details and then shows you a very creepy video of some crazy guy who you would not want to meet in a dark alley browsing through your Facebook profile in the dark. He looks through your pictures and all sorts before he leaps up and gets into his car as he's on his way to find you. Now this creepy website was supposed to raise awareness for people about how much they share online, but it requires you to put in your Facebook details into a very creepy website. So yeah. But maybe you do want to take the lollipop and check it out for yourself, in which case be my guest. But we're moving on to number 7 now, which is staggeringbeauty.com. Now you might think that a website called staggeringbeauty.com might sound quite nice, but you know the title of this video we're in right now, so yeah, it's not going to be nice, it's going to be creepy. When you go onto this site, you're greeted by a big black worm. Harmless enough, right? Yeah, but as you start moving your cursor, the worm follows it. But be careful, because if you move too quickly, then this happens. It honestly scared the hell out of me, but that's not going to stop me from recommending it to you guys. After I watched it the first time, I was like, nope, I'm done. But then I just watched it over and over again. It's kind of hypnotic, and that's pretty creepy. Why would someone make something like that? I don't know. But all I know is that we're at number 6 now, and it's whiteenamel.com. Nope, it's got nothing to do with teeth, I think. White Enamel is a point-and-click adventure set in an insane asylum. On every page you have to solve small puzzles to advance to the next creepy part of the story. And all the while there's creepy songs being sung in the hallways and the sounds of people screaming in the distance. It's just an all-round creepy website, and I think the whole pointing and clicking thing gives it a really creepy old-fashioned feel to it as well. Whatever makes it creepy, I played it for about an hour before I just noped the hell out of there, but I played it long enough to tell you guys that it is one hell of a creepy website. Alright guys, we're halfway through now on our list of creepy websites, and at number 5, it's Death Row Last Words. This one is really unsettling, guys. It's a website that lists a whole bunch of people who have been executed on death row in Texas going right back to 1982. It shows their race, their name, their age, but the really creepy thing is that you can click the last statement section to see what their last words were before the execution. Wow. Is that normal to have this kind of stuff on the internet? My guess is not. I'm not sure why it's there, but all I know is that it is very creepy material. Alright folks, we have reached number 4, and it's creepypasta.com. Now if you guys don't know what creepypasta is, it's basically a horror story that's written and shared online. I actually did a video that's right up here where I took the top 10 of them and made it into a nice little video for you guys, so if you want to learn more about it, click that right there. But if you want to see hundreds or even thousands of the creepiest stories the internet has to offer, then creepypasta.com is your creepy friend. One of the creepiest creepypastas on there is now the infamous Slender Man story, which has even been made into a video game. Some fans of the creepypasta website took things too far though, when 2 girls from Wisconsin attempted to murder their friend by stabbing her 19 times, a sacrifice to an online demon. They claim their inspiration was the story of the Slender Man on the creepypasta website. Are you still with us? Good, because I think you've made it further than most. And we're at number 3 now, which is celebritymorgue.com. Have you ever wanted to see pictures of dead celebrities all in one place? Well, even if you didn't, someone went ahead and made a site for it anyway. Here you can view pictures of all kinds of dead famous people, from Elvis Presley to Abraham Lincoln, Kurt Cobain and Tupac. This site has all the creepy snaps. Very creepy stuff. These poor celebrities can't even escape the media's obsession with them when they're dead. Alright guys, we're at number 2 now, and it's a reminder that somewhere, somehow, someone is watching you. It's opentopia.com. This site boasts over 2,156 webcam feeds from across the world that you can watch online. What's creepy about that, I hear you ask? Well, Opentopia doesn't actually own any of them. They're all privately owned cameras that can sometimes show very intimate settings like the inside of people's homes. The site has been criticized for hacking these webcams, but Opentopia claims that the cameras were never hacked, they're just unsecure. One woman was outraged to find that a webcam she had in her bathroom was broadcasting to the site every single time she had a bath. I know the feeling. Sometimes I feel like there's a camera right in front of me, watching me, recording my every move, but I'm obviously just paranoid. Okay folks, let's do a quick recap of the creepiest website. So far we've heard of the last words of pilots and prisoners. We've said no thank you to human wallets and mental asylums. But our number one sends shivers down my spine, and it's ShaySt.John.net. Shay St. John is a fictional character of a supermodel who was disfigured in a train accident, who then rebuilt her body with a collection of mannequin parts. Shay owns a telekinetic burn doll called Kiki. The character first appeared on the internet in 2003. The videos have trippy sound effects and use repetition of weird scenes and images to creep out anyone who watches it. You can check out the YouTube channel with such classics as Hand Thing, or if you want the full Shay St. John effect, then visit the website and keep clicking until the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Now the creator of Shay St. John actually died back in 2010, so I'm afraid you can't actually ask him why he made this character and why he made this creepy website. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. All we've been left with is this really creepy website that if you can stomach, then go and check it out, and maybe you want to share it with your friends because I'm sure they might like it too.
Number 10 is not for you. We have Geordie.org. So what the actual frog is going on here? This website is a seizure in a bowl, or webpage, I guess. It kind of looks like we tapped into the Matrix mainframe, and honestly, I want to get out. It's flashing, it's big, it's bold, I don't know what this means, nor do I want to. Next up, we have a subreddit, and it's a mystery coming in at number 9. We have, bear with me, F04CB41F154DB2F05A4A. Got that? So this is a mysterious subreddit written in Unix timestamp. I don't even know what that means, I had to Google it. So this subreddit is some kind of code, and some people have cracked a few posts. Those that have been cracked tend to say things like, no one can survive and all will die. Good. Great. Glad we cleared that up. Let's get the long names out of the way, shall we? Okay, coming in at number 8, we have 973-EHT-NAMU-973.com. Oh, 973-NAMU-973.com. An absolute fave of mine. What an absolute banger. Said no one, ever. It's weird. This website is reportedly the work of a madman, an insane mathematician to be precise. At first, you're presented with numbers in some kind of pattern. The further into the site you get, the more the plot thickens and the more eerie it all gets. Artwork starts popping up and it's good, but it kind of makes my soul feel cold and detached. You'll also be treated to some sentences such as remembered and dismembered. All in all, the best way to die. I don't know about that. I think respectfully decline the remembering and dismembering. Yep, gonna be firmly giving this one a miss for now on, so you should do the same. This next one is actually a YouTube channel that you shouldn't visit. At number 7, we have WebDriver Torso. So, where to start? WebDriver Torso is a YouTube channel with 18.5 million views and over 100,000 subscribers. I'm sure that each of the people who viewed their videos can't actually tell you what's going on with them. The videos are comprised of shapes and sounds which are usually very piercing. These guys haven't uploaded in 6 months, but their channel is still very much there, although please don't visit it, it's weird. It's probably a trap or a trick or both. Some people are saying it's a test channel from YouTube, but I don't know, there's something very, very sinister going on here. Coming in at number 6, we have Hecate Station. Like with a lot of websites on this list, I have no idea what's actually going on with this website, other than it's mysterious and seems oddly sinister, and I'm not sure if it's gonna give my computer a virus. When you load up this page, you're confronted with 3 triangles. Clicking on one will lead you down a different path, some of which will lead you to a puzzle, other will give you clues to a password. You then stumble across password protected pages that are PDFs, and I don't know, it's creepy. Creepier still, coming in at number 5, we have NobodyIsHere.com. This is baffling to me, but I think I actually kind of like it. But no, I have no idea what's going on whatsoever. Nobodieshere.com is an existential crisis summed up on a web page. You're greeted with a man sitting at his laptop. If you turn your sound on and scroll up and down the words on the right, you'll see what he has to say. If you scroll really fast, he keeps typing and it's all very nonsensical but great. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness. I think I'm into it. You can also chat with a bot and look at a bug forum, because why not? Like I said, I've got no idea what's going on and it probably will mess with your mind, but if you're into that, then go get it. Coming in at number 4, we have whiteenamel.com. White Enamel seems to be some kind of horrifying online gaming interactive movie or something. When the site launches, you're overlooking a town. You can see parts of it and there seems to be a sprawling mental asylum with scary sounds and scary rooms. Also, the page loading screens are needles that kind of like stab fluid into you. It's like we, the viewer, are being injected, and I don't like that. No sir. Coming in at number 3, we have fallingfalling.com. Ever had that sinking feeling? Well, you must be on fallingfalling.com, where you're forever falling into some kind of color warping rabbit hole. The sound too. Jeez, the sound. It's very, very disturbing, and I feel like it really gets me in the back of my neck, like the top vertebrae. It's just like, and when does it end? It never ends. We're falling forever. Coming in at number 2, we have Possession Begins. Okay, I have to admit, this terrified me. I went on this website after stumbling across the link on a forum, and it's pretty weird and unsettling. You get there and the site tells you to plug in earphones and close your eyes. The site then uses your camera to tell when your eyes are physically open or closed, which is very, very, very creepy. Creepier still, you hear a voice in your ear that will prompt you when to close and open your eyes, which, nope. No thanks. You see all kinds of weird stuff, like a fly lying on its back dying and church window panes, which are mysterious and totally horrifying. Just don't go there. Trust me. Okay, so let's end this absolute nope of a list with a happy but mysterious but actually maybe a tiny bit sinister website that you shouldn't visit. We have at number 1, omfgdogs.com. OMFG dogs! It sounds like my brain process when I go for a walk in the park. I'm like, dogs. Maybe don't visit this website if you want to remain a dog lover though, because I feel like it will subliminally turn you against them. That, or you'll end up admitting that they are the true overlords, which is something I've been thinking about for a while. If you do visit omfgdogs.com, be prepared for retina burning rainbows, cartoon dogs running, video game music, and an endless stream of OMG. It's actually kind of hypnotizing, and if you try and read the background, it will either send you cross-eyed or make you physically sick. You also lose your mouse among all the pooches, and it's just a lot. It's very, very, very a lot. At number 10, we have Staggering Beauty. Now I have no idea what's happening here other than there's a blinking little black worm who wants to be my friend, and when I say friend, I mean that it follows my mouse and wiggles about in, I guess, kind of an enjoyable way. I don't know if I like how much it's staring at me though. It's kind of like, I see you, Rebecca. Also, if you don't want to have a seizure, don't move your mouse too fast, because this is when this worm takes a dark turn. Dark, but also like disco rave. Coming in at number 9, we have the website endless.horse. So endless.horse showcases a baffling text-created image horse whose legs go on forever and ever 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 and ever. I don't know how. I don't know how. I scrolled for a full 5 minutes and I couldn't get to the bottom of the legs, and then I lost all hope and interest and sadly had to scroll all of the way back up to the top. What is the meaning of this? I also don't like how the horse's eye is a 6. Coming into number 8, we have Untitled.com. It looks simple, but like, what is going on here? Untitled.com is a maintained site with a member area that you can log into. If you don't have a login, you can apply by submitting information to membership@united.com. Although they say that you should already know what information is needed, and if you don't, they say don't try or ask. For me, this is a bit of an enigma, and I kind of want to know what's going behind the password screen, but at the same time, maybe I don't. Also, Untitled.com money.com. It must be an expensive domain name to maintain, so something big, I think. Coming in at number 7, we have burymewithmoney.com. I don't know about this. Like, is it some kind of social commentary? Burymewithmoney.com is a strange website indeed. Now, the words "bury me with my money" flash across the screen, accompanied with a grainy old man voice. Then, a cartoon man with a stack of money falls from the top of the page to the bottom, and then it happens all over again until there's a pile of dead cartoon men with their money, and I don't know what's going on, but they keep on piling up. Coming in at number 6, we have rrrgggbbb.com. It's actually kind of fun to say. Now, despite this list being a top 10 mystery websites that you shouldn't visit, I actually really think that you should visit this site. It's a treat. Every time you hover over the giant R, B, or G, you get a robotic voice singing the letter at you, like R, B, G. You can mix it up as well and create your own little symphony. Like, here's a demo, because I feel like you need to see it for yourself. And I like how the colors change. If you're a fan of craft work, I feel like you'll love this, but if you're not, I don't know. I don't know what it means, and I don't care. I'm just enjoying it. Okay, I'm also kind of here for this as well, but I am into weird. Up next at number 5, we have metaphorsOfinfinity.com. This gets weirder as time goes on, and I'm like actually fully here for the sound. It's some kind of surrealist creature running on a geometric body, gradually getting bigger as things drop from the sky. Now, if you press the red circle, more things fall, and sometimes this kind of monster creature thing eats them. It's pretty strange and chaotic, but part of me loves it, even though it probably is an artistic expression of evil. Coming in at number 4, we have Move Now, Think Later. Okay, this like really tugs at my anxiety and I don't like it. I don't know what's happening on this website and why it's happening. It's all very black and white and it looks like a chess or checkerboard. Then these little circles start bopping around all over the place and you don't know what's going on. Also, if you listen with sound on, it's pretty stressful. It's very pingy. Coming into number 3, we have Zombo.com. What the fresh 90s Comic Sans hell is this site? This site's all about the sound and it's really baffling. A man with an African accent welcomes you to Zombocom like over and over and over again. Then he says things like, you can do anything at Zombocom, anything, the only limit is yourself.
The only limit is yourself.
There's some pretty kitsch music playing in the background too while a rainbow color wheel spins, and I don't know what it means. Coming into number 2, we have www.info. That's 7 Ys. But I have more than 7 Ys in my line of questioning regarding this site. The sound too, like I think it can be different each time you reload the page, but when I was watching this, it was like a rising whir that never stopped, and I felt on some level it was trying to populate my brain. It seems to be like a weird collection of data and images from the internet displayed on one page, and it, for me, is chaos in its purest form. Finally, I don't know why, but I get a weird murdery vibe from our number 1. We have Cleanup WV. So this is a YouTube channel and I have no idea what's going on. The channel is filled with mysterious CCTV style footage and it seems to feature parts of the same clip. It's all silent too, but the images are kind of like bluey scale and it's pretty sinister. It's very creepy. The mysterious collection of 433 videos seems to be shot in Japan and their descriptions are like nonsensical. I googled some of the words in the description box and it said things like raw non-tax mud ? Den. I don't know what that means. Maybe something's lost in translation, but I'm thinking it's some kind of murder mystery code. It feels sinister and I just stay away from it.